Guys, had a bit of an issue earlier with the stream. We kept having the quality of the stream degrading, and we couldn't quite hear everybody else. So I think we're back now. Falabi is back. We're waiting for Ben to join. We're live on Common Use Spurs TV, live on YouTube, and on Facebook. We're having a conversation about the match between West Ham and Spurs. Finished 1-1 at the London Stadium. So, Falabi, what would you say? 2 points dropped or 1 point gained?
Poor is those spanners, right? So I guess, yeah, I'll say 1 point gained. Because to be truthful with you, we could have we could have lost that game.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm relieved. I'm
yeah.
relieved,
I,
especially in the last kick of the game. They could have won it.
I know. I noticed that you said "phew" at the end of it. You had this comment on the group where you said "phew." You were like, "Oh, phew," you know,
Yeah.
close one,
Phew.
especially at the last minute
So
because
it
they had that
was more than a
chance
close one.
that no one got on the end of, and it went straight across the box. And I thought, "Oh, I hope nobody gets to touch in," you know. Yeah, so we've had I mean, an up and down mixed season so far. Well, mixed, but relatively good if you like, because we remain unbeaten. We had 2 draws and 3 wins, so good stats. So far so good. What do you think, Wallaby, about the team? I know we building.
Well,
Go on.
the most positive thing I can say about the Spurs team from previous Spurs teams, in these kind of situations, most Spurs teams would have,
Folded.
I won't use the word capitulate. Yeah, they would have folded. We're a lot more resilient. Resiliency is paying off. We're grinding out those results.
Hmm.
I mean, we're grinding out results. We're not grinding them out the way people may look as if, oh, but no, we're hanging in there.
Yeah,
In the game against Chelsea, in the game today, people should remember they're London derbies,
yeah,
and both games were won away, and two, these teams when they're playing Spurs, I don't know why it is when they're playing even against other London clubs, they do not get they don't need to train for this week.
I know, right?
I was
It
just
seems
saying
as
to
if
myself
the
this
whole
week
season and
they
lives
don't
depend on those matches, don't they?
on this one game. Yeah,
Yeah,
all the London clubs, we've got those gooners down the road as well. Whenever it comes to playing Spurs, they don't need any
they don't
training,
need
they
any
don't need any
motivation. You
coaching.
just have to get.
They don't need it. They don't need it. They don't need it. It's
Yeah,
just
they,
Spurs.
they come hard, they come out
That's
hard
motivation
against us.
alone. No, they can. I mean, I was
What
discussing with
I
my
mean,
brothers
one
the
of the key
other
talking
day.
points in the match was the penalty decision, which the referee gave without hesitation to begin with. It went to VAR, and the decision was overturned eventually. It took about what 5 6 minutes for that to happen. Now, from the point of view of the flow of the game, what do you think? Is that a good thing, or from the point of view of say, okay, the on-field ref has made the decision, right? The guys in the studio are not sure about it. What should normally happen? Shouldn't it be the fact that the on-field ref decision should go because he is the one closest to the action?
Um, it's a give and go. I would generally say, because he's closest to the whole purpose of VAR. If
Yes,
the ref, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yes,
Okay, the ref is the closest person, or supposed to be the closest person.
yes,
But they brought in VAR, even with the ref, for the purpose of it to assist the ref in making the right decision.
absolutely.
In making the right decision. And we've had a few VARs that's gone our way. We've had some that have not gone our way. You know, today's own was, did they hit, the what took so long was, did they hit the head first? Was it off the arm? And in fairness and truthfully, I would say that VAR actually came to the right conclusion, the right decision.
Hmm.
You know,
Interesting.
at first it looked, because of the speed of the game, the speed of the ball and everything, it actually came off his head, and there was no way, with the positioning, the way he was jumping, getting elevation with his arms and everything,
Hmm.
and the speed of the ball bouncing off his head, coming down, there was no way he could have moved his arm out of the way. You know, let me put it to you like this: if that decision had stayed as a penalty against Spurs, I'll be livid and furious.
Hmm. Well, that's
Yes.
one view. I mean, I would actually take probably might slightly agree with you because a you're right. So the ball bounced off his head onto his hand, but again, if that happened outside the box, would that be given as a foul? I think it would be because if your ball bounces off your
You mean, would it be given the free kick? You mean
yes, it will be given as a free kick against West Ham. So I don't see why it can't be given
it
as a
would have been
penalty.
given, but VAR would not have taken so long to look at it. You know,
Yeah.
but because it's a penalty,
Hmm.
you know, penalty decisions generally take long. If you study VAR generally takes longer on penalty decisions than they do on free kicks.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, I think this. I think they got it wrong in my view. I mean, they probably went for on the, what they call on the balance of probabilities, if you like. You know, I mean, I was like, I thought the ball hit his hand. I mean, maybe not directly. First off, went off his head, then onto his hand, but it still doesn't make it less a foul. Whether or not it hits your head first, the fact is that it still hit your hand. You know, and it was in the box, and your hand was in an unnatural.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So for me,
yes,
that's it's a no-brainer. I mean, why you overturned it, I really don't understand. But I guess one of the reasons I like rugby is that in rugby they'll explain the referee explains everything to you, and you can hear what's going on the pitch. You know, because he has a mic on it,
yes, yes. I agree with you.
and he
I
explains
agree with you.
on, and you know, so that way there's no doubt as to why the decision was made and the basis on which it was made. So it makes everything clear to people. As it is now, we just sort of making wild guesses and not quite reaching the right conclusion. But there you go. I guess we win some, you lose some. Now coming up to um, they had a few chances as well. They had one chance when Antonio hit the bar. I mean, hit the post. I thought that had gone in when he le- left fly with one really good shot, and Lloris was completely beaten. I thought that was in, but yeah,
So
thankfully it.
again,
Yeah, I had to breathe a sigh of relief that stayed out. So we had quite a few heart in moments. Overall, I mean, I thought, okay, Son, for me, is obviously trying his best to get back to his scoring ways, and obviously, like I said to you, I would have credited him with that goal, even though it's given as an own goal, because the pass was heading to him, and if that guy hadn't sort of placed his foot in front of Son, that would have been a great Son goal. I think he's getting better. I think he's going to. I mean, I don't have any doubts whatsoever that he will rediscover his storing touch. And yeah, but I like the fact that when Kulusevski came on, when Richarlison came on, you could see the immediate impact. What do you think?
change the game.
Second?
Change the game in our favor.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
changed the game in our favor,
Absolutely, yes.
without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. Richardson, when he came on, and I said this before, I'd rather him playing for us than him playing against us. You
Totally.
know, when he came on, he totally. I mean, they were taking possessions, they were controlling the game. When he came on, we now had a sort of semi balance because Kuku wasn't pressing forward.
Yeah.
Richardson, the moment he came on, he started pressing them. He started pressing them. He was pressing and pressing and pressing, and he was creating semi chances for us,
Yes.
and he put a lot of pressure. He took a lot of pressure off the midfield and the defense.
Hmm. Next match, I mean, I thought he did quite well.
Because we
I mean,
became more attacking. We became more attacking. We became more attacking once he came on.
yeah. I thought he
And
made
I was happy that Stone stayed on.
yes. I thought he had quite an impact. I mean, that's one of the beauties of our new squad. We have people who can come off and obviously make changes and affect the game. And he came on and he had a real good impact. I mean, the first move was like he just lost the defender for dead, left the defender for dead, and more or less created
He
an
left the
you know
yeah.
opportunity from the get go. So and that's been the story of Richarlison's season so far. He's come on and has made a huge difference every time he's come on. Just wait for the day he's going to start, and we'll see what that looks like. But he has abundance of energy. He has a buzz about him that sort of lights up the field and ensures that we either if we're behind or you're not in the game, he lifts up the whole team with his energy. What do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's been an impact
So
sub in every game that he's come on. He's been a massive impact, a
absolutely.
positive massive impact. And I would like to see, and he's hot headed. He's hot headed. You know, this is without a doubt, the ball comes to him. He's only got one thing in his mind: attack and go forward. Beat the first man, attack and go forward. That's the only thing in his head. He believes that whoever you are, he's going to beat you and he's going to go forward. And he's very impactful. And I say it again, I'll drive him. He's a very dangerous player. He's a lot more dangerous than people actually think he is. Hello, you've gone off again. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.